Okay, so now I want to talk about what you just saw. I want to talk about duality in computational geometry. Computational geometry. So in duality, we talk about the duality of a point and duality of a line, which is quite inverse. The duality of a point is a line, and duality of a line is a point. We'll talk about the primal plane and the dual plane, and how each of them is represented in each of one. So in primal plane we have a point. We have a point which we will consider like this. Let's call it P, and it has. Let's work on the two-dimensional plane. So I have a point with two components, which is Px and Py, and I have a line. Let's call it L with y equals mx plus b. Okay, so this is what I have in the primal plane, and in the dual plane I will get that a point is translated to a line. Let's call it p tag, which will be y equals, now I take px, so it's px times x, now minus py, so you see how I translate this point from the primal plane to a line in the dual plane using the px and the py, and now this line will be translated to a point which I will say it's L tag in the dual plane, which will be defined as m from this one, and minus b. Okay, so this is the translation between the dual plane and the prime plane. So remember that if I take now another dual, namely if I take L tag tag, I will get the source of L, and if I take P tag tag, I will get the source of P. Now let's try to represent it in a more visual way in a graph. So if I have a graph here it is, with a point and a line. So this is the point, let's say it is here. No, let's do it this one. This will be called P. This is the primal point with 1 for the x-axis and minus 2 for the y-axis. And I will have a line that will go, oops, no, this is not good. It should be 1 in the x-axis and minus 2. Oh, here it is. This is my P with, yes, with minus 2, no, minus, with 1 in the x-axis and minus 2 in the y-axis. Good. Now I have a line that will go through it here and will continue, and this line will be defined as y equals minus 2x. Yes? So I have a line and a point. Now let's translate them to the dual plane. This, let's say this is the primal plane I am working on, and I can translate it to the dual plane, and this is sometimes useful to solve problems. So if I look now again on the axis, the x-axis and the y-axis, now this line will be translated to a point with, as you can see here, this will be the x-axis, the x value. So if I think about this, this is the m, so it will be minus 2, and here I have b, which is equal to 0, so minus 2 minus b, so it will be 1, 2 here. This is my L tag, which will be equal minus 2, 0. And now I'll go to the point and translate it to p tag, and again what I do pxx minus py. This is of course px, this is py. So pxx 1 times x minus py, right? Minus 2. This is py. This is py, this is px. Right? Again, pxx minus py. Right? Now, if so, the line I will get from this point at the dual plane is just x plus 2. Is just x plus 2. So I'll get this point. This would be the intersection point with the y-axis for this line. Now in y equals 0, so y equals 0, I will get x plus 2 equals 0, so x equals minus 2. So this would be the intersection point here, where the L tag is. And for x equals 0, I'll get 2, so I will have also intersection here at 0.2. So the line would be like this one. Wait. Now I want to get into all the properties of this dual and the primal and how they are connected. I just wanted you to see how I translate between the primal and the dual plane. Maybe in the next videos or something I will talk about the characteristics, because there are characteristics. You see that this is here, this point is on the line, and here the dual line intersect the point where L is. This is not a coincidence. There are characteristics that can be used in the primal dual plane to understand how the dual plane will look like and where will be the point and line and etc, and how they will be related to each other. But we won't talk about it now. I just wanted to show you how we translate between the primal and the dual plane. Thank you very much. If there are any mistakes or corrections, please tell me. Thank you very much, and this is it.